Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's 18/10/11/03/2022. It's a Friday. Yes, it's a weekend. It's been raining here in the UK. What can I say? But here we got the sunshine. We got the light. We got the entertainment. We got the amazing guest on the show this evening. Oh my word, I can't even wait to get on as well and hear what he's been up to as well. I think is amazing. I think it's wonderful. Welcome to the show. How are you today?
I'm fine, Double9, I'm fine.
Fantastic. You know what? I've been so looking forward to this interview so much. Looking forward to you coming on Double9Radio because I think it's an honor to have you on the show this evening because I think, you know what, you're doing amazing things. I remember the last time we had you on the show as well. You're a man of many talents. I think it was probably about a year ago during the pandemic as well. And that time, I think you released an amazing track as well. And also you told us, you know what, you're coming back. You're coming back with something big. And your man, true to your word, and you're back on the show as well. Anyway, welcome again, and thank you again for joining us this evening.
Oh, thank you very much, Double9, for having me. I really appreciate it.
You're most welcome. But I'm sure my listeners are wondering, who's this gentleman with the Barry White type of voice? Hello. Thinking, you know, who's this gentleman on the show this evening? All right, can you tell us who we have on the show on Double9Radio this evening?
My name is Akin and I'm the pioneering creator of cryptocurrency, which is called Ibilecoin.
Amazing.
So that's the primary reason of me being here tonight.
Amazing. The cryptocoin. Every time we hear cryptocoin, everyone thinks about money. But we'll be getting into that through the course of the show today as well. Okay, fantastic, Akin. Thank you again for coming on the show. But you know what? I know we've asked this question before, but for people who just the first time hearing you speak or, you know, trying to know who Akin is, can you just tell us, you know, who is Akin? If anyone asks you that question, what do you normally say? Who's Akin?
I will just summarize my being as a Joseph that has a coat of many colors.
Amazing.
So invariably, it's just I am a man of multi-talents. I'm multi-talented, and I believe that I have struck the major reason I believe God put me on this planet, which is Pan-Africanism, which everything I've ever did or I'm doing, and I'm also going to be doing to the rest of my life, is going to center much more about Pan-Africanism, from finances, which I'm in now, to diplomacy, to history, to activism. That is just me in a nutshell.
Amazing. And you know what? I couldn't agree with you more. Your whole self speaks Pan-Africanism. You love Africa. Everything you do exhumes you trying to get back to the motherland, portraying the motherland in a very positive light. So I think that's quite remarkable, and I really applaud you for that as well. Okay, let's get to what we're talking about today, which you mentioned. The cryptocurrency, you know, the man of many talent. Cryptocurrency is something that people like. Oh my gosh! But every time they think about cryptocurrency, everyone thinks about money. I know you just created, you know, something along those lines. But before we actually get in there, you know, for people who possibly haven't had the opportunity to understand and know what cryptocurrency is, I mean, can you tell us what are cryptocurrencies?
Technically, I would just put it in a layman's language. In a way, I would say cryptocurrency is another form and visibly perception of value, which is created with the blockchain technology, which is independent of anyone, of any company or any centralized team, which actually gives the people that actually believes in the technology a form of financial and value independence, away from either government influence or central banks influence or modern day banking system influence, which we remember in 2008 during the worldwide economic crunch was not that okay to a lot of people that lost their homes, lost their finances, and that's actually preceded with Satoshi Nakamoto releasing the first white paper of Bitcoin, which everybody knows today. Yeah. So since the era of Bitcoin has created this legion of cryptocurrency that's actually giving more people voice and active participation in how value is being directed, transferred, managed, and perceived worldwide.
Amazing. Amazing. I mean, that's a man who knows his onions as well. He gave us a very simple description there as well. And you mentioned some words again, blockchain. I'm thinking, blockchain, what is blockchain? You know, I've heard of cryptocurrencies, but I think, you know, I've heard of the blockchain as well, but I'm always lost when people talk about blockchain as well. I know, you know, you rightly mentioned that, you know what, cryptocurrencies are created independent of government, you know, control, basically, where it gives the individual the ability, you know, to freely purchase and, you know, do transactions within that crypto world on its own. And there's another thing around cryptocurrencies, what you call crypto wallets. I mean, what is that?
Yeah, basically, because I would love to simplify this because of our wonderful listeners. In simple words, blockchain is simply a system of recording information in a way that makes it extremely difficult or impossible to change, hack, or cheat the system. So basically, blockchain is essentially a digital ledger of transactions that is duplicated and distributed across the entire network of computer systems on a particular blockchain. So Ibilecoin is actually built on the technically the best, most secured, and highly potentially scalable blockchain, which is called Cardano.
Amazing.
So that is the ecosystem we are in.
Okay. Now let's get to Ibilecoin. You mentioned that name. I mean, firstly, you know, again, your you know, love of Africa, your love of the motherland, you know, shines through the name Ibile as well. But I mean, Ibile, why that name Ibile?
Yeah, as I've said earlier on, I'm Pan-Africanist to my DNA. Maybe due to my background in my first degree, which where I studied politics, history, diplomacy, and international relations. So I realized that most of our African values have been lost, especially during the colonialism and slavery era, whereby one history is being black painted as being inferior and as being demonic over the Eurocentric perception of how civilization is supposed to thrive. But what they've not taught us in most school is that each civilization were developing in their own independence and basically needs. Like, imagine Africans, especially in West Africa, our forefathers never really needed to invent heater or air condition because our weather was like just almost perfect. They never needed to invent fertilizer because before you plant anything in Africa, in West Africa, it's growing. So we just developed based on our potential needs and on our geopolitical location. That's exactly how it is. So I've been like thinking, like, you know what? How can we revive this sense of loss?
Amazing.
This sense of like where's our culture, where's our values? So in everything I've ever done in my life, be it the novels I've written, be it the music I've composed, now in the blockchain. So that is when the idea struck me, because especially when Bitcoin came into being in 2009, most Africans, we were like, I would say in Nigeria, like sleeping on the matter. Like we never knew what was happening. Obviously, we have less access to internet, to electricity. We didn't know what was going on. And the main reason Bitcoin came into existence is to like rearrange the distribution of wealth, the distribution of value, and mode of payment from Mr. A and Mr. B.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, how can we take this back to the motherland, to the cradle of civilization? Because without Africa, mathematics would have been literally impossible. The first civilization, the Egyptian civilization. So, and cryptography is pure mathematics. So we pioneered mathematics and the algebras of the world in the Arabian world. So why are we now left out in this modern day revolution? Like
Amazing.
how we had internet in the 90s, now we have the blockchain. So that's why I decided to, like, you know what, let me build something that is Pan-Africanist on the blockchain and recreate the value most of African countries and civilization has lost due to centuries of neo-colonialism, colonialism, slavery, and also black painting our cultures and values
Amazing.
worldwide.
Amazing. I think that's just, I mean, I could start clapping for you now and start giving you a standing ovation. I think that's just quite remarkable. I mean, you haven't just also just represented the African culture or shine through, to let individuals know that, yes, we can do it as well. And also understand that, yes, we have the technical abilities. We can create great, things like what you created at Ibilecoin. But what you've also done is inspire the next generation to step beyond those limits in their head, to think, oh my gosh, how can I do this? Because a lot of people, when Bitcoin started, as you mentioned, in 2008, not a lot of people knew about it in Africa. At the point it got into Africa, I mean, the wealth already been shared across,
redistributed. We're left out big time.
Yes, we're left exactly. We're left out big time. It was when it's ridiculously high. And the more you purchase, the higher it got. But now this is an opportunity for anyone listening out there, which we'll go into details on how you can be part of this amazing revolution within the cryptocurrency to change the mindset and to change, how you purchase, and also how you can, invest in your future with this amazing innovation that our great Pan-Africanist Akin has created. As well. Okay, so Ibilecoin, amazing. So tell us, when did you create this coin? When did you had the idea? When did it come to actual birth? When did it come to reality?
Yeah, actually, I've been thinking about it since last year, like middle of last year, and I've been studying the coding, which is Haskell programming language, which is scientifically proven the hardest computer language in the world, which NASA used to go to space and is military graded, like much more advanced than C#, C++, or Python, thereabout. So I had to take months of work in the UK. If you understand what that means, that is not easy, especially for an immigrant like me. But I realized that I'm doing this not for myself, but dedication. For billions of Africans that have been left out in a series of years of financial ecosystem in the world. So I actually had a breakthrough and deployed the code live on the Cardano token registry. I think now less than 3 weeks ago. So we are actually it's 21 days ago.
Amazing.
So we are extremely young and extremely new. And if I may point out, we've actually just launched and implemented one of the main cardinal points of Ibilecoin as earning with passive income. So, unlike Bitcoin is simply you buy or you mine, how you can access it. But now we've just launched it live that when you have Ibilecoin, you can actually have more tokens like every five days. So in the Cardano blockchain, those five days are called epoch, and epoch is when transactions and new blocks are minted on proof of work. So that is how the Cardano ecosystem sustains itself,
amazing.
Which is extremely great for the environment.
Okay. So I mean, you're talking a lot of technical things there. We're gonna break it down as well. I'm sure my listeners are thinking, okay,
I'm trying my best.
I know. We're gonna break it down. I know my listeners are thinking, okay, when is he gonna talk about the money? We will be talking about that in a second. But I want to talk about the Cardano platform, because you mentioned that quite a number of times that it was deployed on the Cardano platform. Why Cardano, and why you think it's the most secure platform? And the reason I ask the question, because we know one of the most common ones after Bitcoin, common cryptocurrency, which is Ethereum, and had issues in the past around security. As well. But I mean, why did you go for Cardano? Because I'm sure it took you a rigorous amount of time and a lot of commitment to ensure that you met the high standards around Cardano as well. But why Cardano, and how secure is it?
Yeah, why Cardano? Like, it's so simple because the creator, the lead creator of Cardano, in the person of Charles Hoskinson, was a mathematical genius himself, was actually part of the core team that actually created Ethereum. So it was with Vitalik Buterin and the Polkadot creator to that. They were the three people that actually created Ethereum. So he had to step out of Ethereum due to one reason or the other. Then he and other pioneers in the ecosystem actually point out a lot of flaws in the Ethereum blockchain. Number one, which is gas fees. So gas fees is what you pay for each transactions you make on the Ethereum blockchain, and it's extremely expensive. So he says that this is not, the scalability of Ethereum is highly impossible, because imagine this, you trying to utilize Ethereum to like make a transaction of, let's say, £100, and you probably have to pay like £40 as transaction fee.
Wow.
It is impossible.
Yeah.
It can't fly. It can never fly. So that's one of the main fulcrum why Cardano was created. Secondly, security. He also postulated the theory that Ethereum, how good as it is, can easily be hacked by the people that actually can do it. So if you are planning Ethereum to be used as the worldwide DeFi, which is Decentralized Finance platform, that will be accessible to a lot of people, this cannot fly, because imagine telling someone that your $2 million has just been hacked on the Ethereum blockchain. How would they react? So all those stuff actually culminated in him leading the fire for Cardano. And also, one of the main mission and vision of Cardano is to bank the unbanked, which means like the unbanked in Hoskinson word, because he had a TED talk where he explained everything, is actually most Africans and Middle Easterns that has been shortchanged by the modern financial system. So when I realized that this guy is actually talking about me, like where I'm from, Africa, is talking about my people that have suffered so much through the years. Like, the reason he created Cardano is to actually get that access. So now Ethiopia federal government has actually implemented Cardano Atala Prism software, which creates like let's say you graduated from University of Lagos, you don't need to be carrying your certificate everywhere. So with Cardano's Atala Prism, your identity, your ID, your certificate, your achievement, everything is recorded on the blockchain and easily accessible to you anywhere in the world, which is mainly for like Africans, because we don't have that infrastructure.
The record keeping facility, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not there. The corruption, the colonialism and neocolonialism. So that's what drove me like head on into Cardano. And I'm so happy I made a decision, because the evidence is just out there. Even of recent, like millions of dollars were just stolen on Ethereum, but it's just literally impossible on the Cardano blockchain, because it's highly decentralized and using the most secured computer programming language in the world, scientifically proven, which is Haskell.
Amazing. I mean, I love the fact that you speak and, you're confident in what you're putting across as well. And you understand, the nitty gritty that's necessary to ensure that, this is a wonderful opportunity for anyone listening in as well. Because one of the things I would highlight is, it's almost a mindset that anything that comes from Africa or from an African, or it has to be somehow tainted, has to be somehow substandard. But I'm glad and I'm very happy to report that this is not the same as that, because I can hear from all the technical wonderful things you're saying. And also we'll be touching on the history, or should I say the rise in value of Ibilecoin, which is just 21 days old. So we will be telling you that shortly as well. But you mentioned a statement, decentralized financial payment as well. What does that mean?
Come again, please.
Decentralized financial payment network.
Yeah, I understand it perfectly. So the fact on ground is there are three generations of cryptocurrency. So the first generation was Bitcoin, the father, the progenitor of every other crypto. So the main point of Bitcoin was Mr. A to pay Mr. B, Mr. B to pay Mr. C, without banks or central government being involved, and a store of value. That's it. The second generation was Ethereum, which introduced decentralized finance, but was bugged with all this negative phenomenon we've actually discussed previously. So the third generation is how Cardano has presented herself and is actually on Coinbase and defined as such, which shows like the best way to access decentralized finance. So when we talk about DeFi in code, is actually crypto is now beyond Mr. A paying Mr. B or Mr. C paying Mr. D. So what about if Mr. F wants to get a loan in the crypto sphere, like crypto hemisphere? Why do I still need to like go to the banks that we are trying to move away? If I want to like provide liquidity, why do I still need to go to traditional financial system? So DeFi is actually like you Double9 can have Ibilecoin, like in your wallet. But
I already do, but carry on. Yes, I'll tell them. I already do, but carry on.
Yeah, but actually you are earning passive income. You know, like when you save your money in the bank and in a savings account, they give us like minute percentage on our money, and they actually use our money to make money by loaning it out to Mr. D somewhere and charging them tremendous amount of percentile in interest. So now with the level of technicality of cryptocurrency now, which is generation 3, third generation we are in with Cardano, so you can actually have Ibilecoin in your wallet and literally just be smiling to the bank because when you have the coin, it gives birth to more coins for you, which is in lay terms like savings account in a way. Amazing. So it gives you more access to funds. It gives you access to other DeFi in the Cardano ecosystem where you can get loans, where you can access basic financial attendance, which the banks actually provide, and as I've mentioned earlier, also where you can store your like qualifications, your private data, if you don't trust banks or trust normal traditional safes. So it's like, how will I put it? Like DeFi is like a whole new internet. Literally, wow. It's called Web3. So Web3 third generation cryptocurrency platform is a whole internet with so much possibilities. Now we are even having people living in the metaverse, like having access to basic social integrations, meeting people on the blockchain where you are. It's like sci-fi when I'm saying it, but it's actually happening now.
I know.
Like on Cardano,
but this is the thing.
Savia.
Yeah, you know what?
It's crazy.
It is, because this is the thing now. You know, all this is happening. You know, all this is happening right now. But in Africa, you know, back there, it is not really, you know, visible. You know, even within our community here as well. You know, sometimes we don't educate ourselves enough to understand what is beyond, you know, our community as well.
What is going on the other side of the world?
Yeah, or even within the country you're in, because we're so almost, sometimes we come into a cocoon of saying, you know what, we're just staying within our society while the world is moving on and earning billions and millions of dollars. I mean, you know, you mentioned Ibile has been launched, was launched about 21 days ago as of today. I mean, since the launch, you know, what has been the percentage increase of the value?
Well, literally, we followed the modes of launch of Bitcoin by the person or group of people called Satoshi Nakamoto in 2009. So we actually didn't follow the common mode where most cryptocurrency follow right now, which is ICO, which means initial coin offering. So I personally, when I was working with my team on this, I realized that most cryptos, not all, but most of them just use the ICO to get money from the public and actually maybe put in their own personal pocket, or there's no accountability. Actually, what crypto came to give us in our generation is been lost literally in front of our eyes. So I decided that, you know what, when we launch Ibilecoin, we're not going to do any ICO. We're going to give everybody equal representation, regardless of who you are, regardless of where you're from, regardless of how you get into Ibilecoin. We're going to make this equal level playing field. I might be sounding like a communist, but according to Karl Marx, but actually that is how I envision this. So not to make especially low earning income geographical places, especially in Africa or Middle East or South America, being detrimental to high earning income places like Europe or East Asia or North America. So we launched it with Ibilecoin literally being worth $0, is £0, it's £0. That is literally the launch stage of Ibilecoin. And for our listeners and for you to actually understand how far we've come with a community-driven project with no big billionaires or big millionaires or venture capitalists or ICO done, we've actually made how will I put it? Not made. What we are worth right now is in US dollars is almost $15,000
in 21 days.
From 21 days ago.
In 21 days. I mean, that's quite remarkable.
In 21 days.
I mean, and this is nothing with so much a big advertising budget or marketing budget as well. It's just the passion in it as well to push it across as well. So, I mean, if you're listening to us right now, I'm saying to you, you know what? Firstly, this is not something to kind of like, speak some motivational speak or all this, you know what I mean, like, you know, or gear you into going out there to go buy.
No. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is not at all. And I would love our listeners to understand. In life, basically, I listened to a motivational speaker. He did say that, why don't you want to take risks? Like, obviously, the moment you were born, you can't escape this world without dying. So there's risk in it for being alive. So why not take the risk and see what happens? So that's actually what led me initially into cryptocurrency, like taking risk. How can I be alive and not be taking risk? But I need to take calculated risk, like risks that I've understood to the basics and know that this is what I'm getting into. This is not buy 10,000 Ibilecoin today that is worth maybe let's say 20 pounds and make 500 million pounds tomorrow. No, not at all. This is a community-driven project, which our plan and our hope is to appreciate in value with time. And as you can see, 21 days ago we were $0. Today we are almost $15,000. We know where we'll be next week, next month, next year. Nobody knows.
Exactly that.
So just for people to understand that at the back of their mind when making their decision. And this is not a financial, how do I put it, financial advice.
No.
Always do your own utmost research.
Yes, you have to do your utmost research as well. It's not financial advice. It's a new product that's coming, but it's been done with so much passion, so much, security has been put into this as well. And so much, assurance that it's for everyone as well. You know, he mentioned there about the cost of Ibilecoin rising from zero to worth about 15,000 as a whole collective as well, what they're worth now. But the thing is, we've seen how cryptocurrency can be valuable when you get in at the lower end of it as well. Because I mean, Bitcoin is an example. Bitcoin started, I think, under a cent at some point when it first launched, and today we're talking about it's about $38,000 or $35,000 a coin as well. I'm not saying Ibilecoin would not surpass 100 million. Who knows? But the thing is, I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it that it's coming from one of us. It's coming from one of us, coming from the African, an African who's seen that. You know what? We need to share or spread the wealth into our communities as well. We need to spread the wealth into, into the black community. We need to inspire the younger ones as well, because any young person, looking at Ibilecoin as well would look, would recognize them and say, you know what, this sounds like an African name. If an African can do this, I can do this as well. So, I mean, how was the process of anyone listening and I'm thinking, you know what, I want to give it a go. I want to invest in this as well and see how it goes. What is the process of actually purchasing an Ibilecoin? Maybe the short narrative of it.
Yeah, sure. Before I go into that quickly, I forgot to actually explain the meaning of the name itself.
Okay, you're right.
Probably our non-Yoruba listeners. So, Ibilecoin, Ibile in its own actually means traditional. So, it's a Yoruba language spoken in West Africa. Particularly Nigeria, Benin Republic, Togo, even Brazil, over 80 million speakers in the world. So that's the meaning, Ibilecoin, traditional coin. So taking the value back to our tradition. That's literally the inspiration there. So for people that would love to be a part of this community after doing their utmost research and on their evolution, I would advise to visit our website. There's a step-by-step mode of actually accessing Ibilecoin, which it was created with thorough beginners in mind in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So to summarize it, it's just signing up with a centralized organization that deals in cryptocurrency. Like the most popular one in the UK here is Coinbase and Binance. So for Nigerians back home, or Ghanaians back home, or Cameroonians back home, for Africans, Binance is actually more easily accessible on our continent due to the reach, and is the biggest worldwide. But in the Eurocentric point of view, is actually Coinbase. So what you just do is sign up to this crypto juggernaut in the industry. You submit your ID and you can access loads of cryptocurrency. So there you'll be able to buy Cardano. So the cryptocurrency of Cardano is called ADA. So, and Ada Lovelace was actually named after the first person that wrote the first computer program in the world, which is a British lady, Ada Lovelace. So there you can purchase Ada. When you buy Ada, then you will now create your cold wallet. What we call cold wallet is the wallet that only you have access to, which is independent of these big companies. Because remember, what we are trying to do is to move away from centralized entities, to move away from big banks, big corporations. So when you would then send your ADA from Coinbase, you send it to your cold wallet, which is called NAMI or CC Vault or Giro Wallet or Daedalus, which is primarily for Cardano. For the link to all these wallets is on our website.
Amazing.
Because there are a lot of fake. Obviously, where there's value being created, there will be some bad heads in the society trying to swindle and scam people of their hard-earned money. So when you do that, you will now get onto this decentralized exchange called Sunday Swap, which is the easiest way to actually access Ibilecoin. So there, all you're doing, just imagine like a currency exchange company. All you're doing is just swapping your ADA for Ibilecoin, which
Amazing.
is the ticker is BLC.
Amazing.
Also following the model of BTC, like Bitcoin. So from there, when you do the swap, the Ibilecoin automatically goes to your wallet. And from there also, due to the new functionality we just launched today, you can now properly access drip drops where you can earn more Ibilecoin as a form of interest, as a form of reward for holding the value in our coin, which this is just summary. But if you want an in-depth breakdown, you can visit our website, ibilecoin.com.
That's ibilecoin.com as well. I mean, it's got a fantastic video of how to purchase the amazing Ibilecoin as well. I mean, you know, people say, I don't know, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I've heard this on a number of occasions when they talk about cryptocurrency. You know, I mean, I dabble in a bit myself. You know, they always say the right time to buy the currency or cryptocurrency is the early stages, the early part of the of that cryptocurrency when you can get it in. I mean, when would you say is the right time to invest in a Ibilecoin?
Well, with the way we've designed Ibilecoin, by not doing any initial coin offering, so we've made it like you would be benefiting in any entry point. So what you buy is literally what you get. We are not answering to any billionaire or any millionaire. There's no token that is going to one company. Everything is literally out there, exactly how Bitcoin was designed. That's why nobody knows what created Bitcoin. Nobody can stop Bitcoin. Nobody can start Bitcoin. It's just there in the wild. Exactly that's how we've designed Ibilecoin. So even though you guys can hear my voice, you can see me in interviews on YouTube. If anything were to happen to me today, obviously no one's going to live forever. Nothing is going to stop Ibilecoin. It's already out there. No government can stop it. Nothing can shut it down. It's just there for anyone that wants it. So that is just it in a nutshell.
Amazing. And from your point of view, you know, the amazing Akin, the founder of Ibilecoin, what is the future outlook for Ibilecoin itself? You know, should we be looking at, actually, no, I don't want to say it. From your point of view, what is the future outlook for Ibilecoin?
Yeah, all cryptocurrencies always have what we call white paper. So white paper detailed where we started, where we are, and where we are planning to go in the nearest future, and in blocks, in phase levels. So for Ibilecoin, our main goal is to always to show Africa in a positive, I'm reiterating it again, positive light, because we've really suffered it for a long period of time. So let me take you back a little bit, digress to religion. Like when Christianity and Islam came, our forefathers were told that whatever they were practicing, that they were savages, they were enemies, it was demonic. But no, that was our reality. One shouldn't affect the other. So part of the Ibilecoin plan is to create NFTs. So NFTs are non-fungible tokens. So I don't know if you, Double9, know about it.
I've heard of it.
Yeah. In summary, NFTs are like artwork, but on the blockchain. You know, as I told you, our lives, we live most of our lives on the internet. Imagine 30, 25 years ago, that was like, it was literally impossible. So now we are moving from internet to the blockchain. So instead of buying art, maybe at the Christie's or in multi-million-dollar companies, you can actually own your own piece of art on the blockchain.
Amazing.
So we're planning to introduce African gods, African goddesses in a positive beam of light and create them as artwork.
Amazing.
On the blockchain.
The amazing bronze heads. You know the amazing.
The Shangos, like the Scandinavians call their own Shango. They call him Thor. If people have watched Marvel, but we have our own Shango that actually have his own axe and is the god of lightning. We have Oya, the goddess of the sea. We have Orunmila. We have Ifa. We have Olokun. We have Obatala. Like it's most of these values that we've lost. And imagine we are now paying we are now paying British Museum, French Museum to actually see artifacts in their museums, especially these Benin bronze heads. That's caused a lot of controversy. Most African countries calling back the previous colonial masters, like, can you please give us back our artwork? But now, what we've done with Ibilecoin is most of these head real, like valuable gods, goddesses, and artifacts that we've lost due to centuries of pillaging, extortion, colonialism, slavery, and corruption from our own governments, mind you, we've decided that in our roadmap, we're going to recreate them so people can actually have it in their wallets, show it to the kids, like, you know what, these are the gods of where we're from. These are our progenitors. This is our history.
Amazing.
Yes, we might be Christians today, but this is where we are coming from. Like like they say, the river that forgets its source will literally dry up.
Amazing.
So, and I can say it in our society here in Europe that Africans, we are literally drying up. Amazing. That is how you see some Africans, they won't be able to speak their language. They will know anything about their culture. They will go back home looking like a foreigner. They will know anything about anything. So I'm sorry for people that are like that are listening, but it's just part of my own personal fire that actually ignited in me. Like, you know what? One way or the other, people must know that we are Africans.
Amazing.
We are from a rich history, and we are proud to show it now in the next milestone in the world history, which is the blockchain. So that's part of our roadmap. I hope I'm still simplifying everything.
It was amazing. It was amazing. You know what? I'm blown away. I love the fact, you know, the Africanism, the Pan-Africanism you speak about, you know, is seen throughout, you know, your speech, in your actions, and also in the future, all you have planned as well. I think it's quite remarkable as well. I hope it's inspiring individuals out there to wake up the fire in them as well, to, you know, to stand up and grab, you know, the bulls by the horn and do something amazing like Akin has done, you know, and spoken about this evening as well. Again, you know, Ibilecoin.com is the website as well. That's Ibilecoin.com. Head over to there as well now and have a look on how to purchase and be part of this amazing revolution, which is about to take the crypto world by storm as well. I mean, don't say Double9Radio or Double9 doesn't help you out as well. I would say this, I'm just saying it, I've already got 10,000 Ibile coins as well. I just thought, you know what, I need to do this. I'm looking at the projection as well. What can I say? I don't want to be left behind. But again, it's your choice. It's not mandatory that you have to do. It's a, you know, it's an advice. If we're just saying, we're just having a conversation here with the amazing founder on the show today as well. Akin, it's been amazing to have you on the show today. I mean, it's been mind-blowing. It's been mind-blowing.
Thank you very much.
Do you know, I would say something before I actually end the show. You know, we've seen loads of cryptocurrencies out there, and I've never, ever, maybe there are, maybe someone can call in and can correct me or send me a message and correct me. I've never seen an African create one. I've never come across one. Maybe there is. I think for me, you're the first African that's created a Bitcoin to also represent, you know, the motherland as well, Ibilecoin. I think it's amazing, you know, and I hope...
Yeah, to the best of my own knowledge, sorry to cut you there, the best of my own knowledge, personal knowledge, I've been in the crypto ecosystem now for more than 5 years, and I have never personally heard of any indigenous African, brown skin African or whatever, yeah, African, mixed race African created is or the team's own cryptocurrency with Pan-Africanism and Afrocentric ideology, which we have successfully done on the best blockchain in the world.
Amazing. Anyway, you know, I can't wait to have you back to get an update on how well this amazing innovation is doing, because I believe it's going to be amazing. It should be the next big thing. What do you think, listeners? Is it going to be the next big thing? You can make it. You can be part of it as well. Head over to Ibilecoin.com to find out more information about this amazing innovation from the amazing, you know, Ibilecoin team, which Akin is the founder as well. They've got an amazing team behind them as well, doing great things as well. Make sure you do check them out. It's Ibilecoin.com. That's the website. Akin, it's been amazing to have you on the show this evening. I can't wait to have you back to, you know, to catch up on the great developments and the future outlook for the amazing things you're doing as well. Again, thank you again for coming on the show this evening. Thank you again.
Thank you very much for having me. It's really been a pleasure.
You're most
welcome.
welcome.
Thank you very much.